WFM 91.7.
Good afternoon and welcome to Women Lives Matter on Women Radio 91.7. My name is Sumto Titilayo Ajama. Women Lives Matter is an initiative of Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center in partnership with Women Radio 91.7 and funded by Ford Foundation. Today, we will be discussing the topic, shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. Shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. About 335 people have experienced different forms of sexual and gender-based violence in the first 4 months of 2022, and that's January to April of 2022 across Nigeria. The majority of perpetrators of domestic violence are men, and nothing whatsoever justifies any form of abusive behavior against women. And that's why we're discussing this today, shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. Today, I have with me on Women Lives Matter, Bolatito Adeonajob, Executive Director, Hope for New Life in Ogun State, talking to us about the subject today. Good afternoon, Bolatito. Thank you for joining us on Women Lives Matter today.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Nice to be here. Good afternoon.
Of course. Thank you so much. All right, going straight into conversation, it's important to note that you can be a part of the conversation. You can join, you can lend your voice, you can ask questions. Whatever it is that you see fit, you can do that. You can call in to 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also send in a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. You can download the app, the mobile app WFM 917 on Google Play Store and on iOS. And you can listen from the website www.wfm917.com. All right. Women Lives Matter, once again, is an initiative of Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center in partnership with Women Radio 91.7 and funded by Ford Foundation. We're speaking today on shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. Now, Bolatito, what do you think about how we currently treat perpetrators of SGBV in our communities? How do you think we do now? And yes, how do you think we do now? What's your assessment?
To me, we need to really take actions that will be detrimental to this act. Even though we keep going to villages to talk to them, but we still have incidences of this gender-based violence. There's still problems about it. So it needs drastic solution where everybody will be committed, where everybody will see it as a big problem, because it's not something small, it's something that is so embitters mothers and parents, because even you see women beating themselves, so we need to take better action. That's my own side of it, because if not, I don't see how it will reduce easily.
All right. I can understand that. So giving your assessment now, and some perpetrators have not been made to pay for their actions. You just said it that there's more that needs to be done. So this basically means, that basically supports what I just said. Some perpetrators, some people that have violated women in times past, some of them have not been made to pay for what they have done. And this has silenced some survivors from speaking out. So what do we do about that particular situation? About the fact that not enough of these offenders are being made to pay for their actions by law?
Yeah. I think a solution to it entails both parents, but women now, to my view, women should take more actions to resolve this. Maybe we're coming together to find solution ourselves, even though it affects men and women, but on the women's side is more. But I think so. Women should come together, let them sit to themselves, let them find ways of fighting for themselves, because some people don't think it's a problem, but it's a big problem that should be resolved, that should be stopped, because it's so sad seeing people the way it happened. Even the elites, even people that you respect so much, you just see them beating their wife, doing all sorts of rubbish with girls and so I think women should fight themselves. If women can come together and when it happens, let them go to the man now. Come together. I mean, we take men to the police station all together. It won't be one person being beaten all the time. If they see that women are around, are supporting themselves, I think it will reduce.
So, if I understand you correctly, Bolatito, you're saying that when a case has been identified, women, whether they are involved with the person or not, should come together to find the perpetrator, the offender, the person that violated that woman or that girl, and collaborate, put their voices together to take that person to the station to report that case.
Yes.
So that when they get there, it won't be a sorry situation of one person coming to report and maybe they're not being listened to.
Because a lot of it, when it happens, they will say, "Let this just husband and wife leave them like that." But if you can see people with wisdom, knowledge that understand that it's not a good thing to be beaten, let them come together. Let them hold him. Let them go to police station if necessary. And let them know that there's human right that should fight for us. Women should speak in one voice. We fight it for ourselves.
All right. Thank you so much. That definitely is something that I believe they should do as well. I agree with you on that one. So, what strategies now would you suggest that should be employed to ensure that perpetrators of SGBV, sexual and gender-based violence, are prosecuted? Being that some of them are just being left around on the street, again, because some of these survivors are not willing to say anything because they don't know what will happen. And these people are just left out there. So what strategies would you suggest that should be employed in order to make sure that the people who do these evil things, the perpetrators of sexual and gender-based violence, are duly prosecuted?
Yes, as I've already said, let women come together. When it happens, let them hold that man, take him to the police station. Because in the real sense, when you get there, then we don't get enough support to say they should go and settle it at home. But now we should let them know that this thing is not settlement, because after they have settled it, they beat them to death. We've seen many like that. They will see beat again. So it's better to take them to the police station, let them be arrested, let them be disciplined, let them be imprisoned. If that could happen, yes. If they imprison one or two, they will know that it's not good to be beaten. But if the woman alone, they will still tell the woman alone, she can't fight it. But if they are together with one voice, they can fight it. That is why.
Okay. So other than the women coming together, what are some other strategies that you would recommend to actually ensure that the perpetrators of gender-based violence go to jail and they pay for their crimes?
Yes. After I'm working on it in Ogun State, and I've told them that we have Vida, the female lawyers, who can be helping us as pro bono lawyers who can support, because women, there is no money. The fear of money, the fear of how they are going to cope if it happens. So they can't do much. But if we come together, women, they need empowerment, If they have money, because at times most of the fight is because he didn't give me money, he didn't feed me, he didn't pay the school fees of the children, or he did not allow me to have sex. So, but if the woman can speak and he has something at hand to do, I think she'll be treated better. That's my own feelings. So empowering women, supporting women, and maybe out of school adolescents that are affected, real support. They need support. This thing we are talking about, emotional support is very important, because emotionally some will break down and they can't even, they are stressed up, they are frustrated, and unfortunately people are not even seeing it the way they see it. It's happening. Some can be blaming them unnecessarily, but let women come together, let's talk to each other, let's support each other, let's counsel each other, let them go to the right places where they can have support, because that is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
They need support. Like the work we're doing, the survivors, we support the survivors, they empower them, treat them necessarily, take them to the hospital if necessary, but support them both in words, in money, in everything. Because it's very, very important. Very, very important.
Of course. Thank you so much. 15 minutes past 2 on Women Radio 91.7. 15 minutes past 2 on Women Radio 91.7. This is still Women Lives Matter. And Women Lives Matter is an initiative of Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center in partnership with Women Radio 91.7 and funded by Ford Foundation. Today, we're discussing shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. Shaking perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. So it was a bit surprising to read this, and you're looking at the situation of things in Nigeria. Well, not surprising, more like it's a bit sad looking at the situation of things in Nigeria and how it's just getting, better for some, worse for some. But with regard to survivors of gender-based violence, you can tell that these people, particularly when they've not received justice, it becomes worse for them. These people have a lot to cope with. And that is why we're discussing this very important issue today, shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. I am still Somto Titilayo Ajamma. And of course, my guest is Bolatito Adeonajob, Executive Director, Hope for New Life in Ogun State. The number to call is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can send a text or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. All right. So that's the number to call. Go ahead and call in. Ask questions if you want to. Serious questions, please. Ask questions if you want to. And if not, well, just listen in and you could take something home with you. Now, what strategies would you suggest to be employed to ensure that other perpetrators, other offenders are prosecuted? Is there anything that can be done? Hello, are you there?
The first thing is to let them know that if it happens, they can report somewhere. They can be told that they have the right to answer, and then they have to go to, maybe we tell the people in the mosque or the church, the imams, the leaders, to educate everybody concerning the problem, because it's a big problem, that they should let them know that if it happens, something can happen. They should let them know that if this happens, something can happen. They can take them to the court, they can put them in the prison, they can do anything to them. So they should let them know that there's a problem. There will be a problem if it happens. If this is being said, everywhere they have contact with people, in the midst of women, in groups of women, in cooperative where women meet, let them discuss it. Let them educate each other. Let them talk to each other, so that they will know what to do if it happens. Let them know about like in our office now, they used to report just, they know us as as the police investigative insider, that we go there to see, because our response team in the villages, they are really working, and I'm so happy. Thanks to Watsi and Ford Foundation, I'm so happy and proud of it. Now, if it's happening, even when we are not there, the community response team will call me. Even people that are not with the community response team, they will call me. Those people that have participated in the training, in the sensitization when we were in their villages, they will call me that this is happening. And I will call the community response, go there. Then I go there myself to see. I think it's really working that way. So, and then in fact, I was so happy because there was an incident when the man was trying to be the woman and not responding to the care of the children. And they called us. My response team in Ogiri went there, and they told them that if she didn't do this, she took him to the police station because he tried to beat the woman. And at the end of the day, the man said we should please, that he will do everything. We should not take him to human rights, because my people working at the community response told them that our office in Abeokuta will take them to human rights. So they said they don't want to go to human rights, so they will do correction, they will not be tied. And that was what happened. And he paid money, he supported. I was so happy. It's a very good step for working with the people in the rural areas. It's great. And I think we shall follow that more. We can do that more of it.
Thank you. So we're coming back to what we can do better. But since you're highlighting the situation or some strategies I think that can work, let's talk about this culture of silence, Bolatito. Now, I know that once I say culture of silence, you already know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because it can be very frustrating knowing that somebody that you know, or being the friend of someone that has been violated, or the mother of somebody that has been violated, or this father. It's a sad situation in as much as you want to protect your family name. You want to protect yourself. You want to protect your... So at the end of the day, they don't like what has happened to their daughter or wife, but they feel like it's better to keep it secret than to tell more people about it. So what would you say concerning that? How can that culture of silence be stopped so that we can actually catch the people that commit these crimes?
It's stopping gradually. Because talking to women now, they could realize the danger that follows it. They could hear from news, from different media, what's happened to couples, what happened to children, what happened and the end result. Nobody wants their children to die. Nobody. It's a sad thing. Life for the wife or the husband. Nobody wants them to die. So concerning being silent, we have let them know that silence is not the answer. Saying it out, speak out, let people speak out. Don't keep quiet, speak out. Let people know what you are passing through. Don't keep quiet. In fact, emotional stress kills more than what we are saying. Because people don't even understand what the woman is really passing through. So it's better for her to speak out. Let the parents, let their children know that if anything happens, they should speak out. They shouldn't keep quiet. They shouldn't cover the man. There can be another husband, there can be another wife. Any day. They shouldn't allow themselves to be killed and waste their life for nothing. But if they know that if it happens, speak out. Take them to police station. Don't be silent. Speak out. Speak out. It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate because even when there was an incident in one of the villages where we worked, the man used to beat the lady. And so somebody called me. And I called my response team to go there, and it was true. So when I went to the village to see the woman, the thing is so painful. She said, we should leave the man, no. What we have to tell the man is that he should not beat her again. I said, I'm going to take it up. Whether I will take it up. She was just begging, help me to beg Mama. Help me. We don't want them to take, my husband will change. And he has been beating her like like a school girl. He said she will go and cut sick and beat her like a baby. And he will go and cut another one. I said, so why do you think you should be beaten? You don't have to be silent. You are not a slave. You should see yourself as somebody. She was still begging us. This was just last week, 2 weeks ago. They were begging. Even though we went there, we didn't see the man. So I told the response team to go there again so that we go and take him up if he doesn't stop it. But I think we need drastic action. Let them be disciplined so that they don't just beat like they are beating animals. But keeping quiet, silence rights is disgrace to family. I don't think it's any disgrace. You have to set yourself free. You can't be like slave forever until the person is beaten to death. That should stop.
You know, the more I listen to this, the more I understand that everybody has their role to play.
Yes.
Everybody has their role to play. So that's one of the messages I hear you say. And it's important that we should emphasize that role that each person has to play.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Bolatito. The number still to call is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also send in your text messages or WhatsApp messages to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. So, this is 25 minutes past 2. We're still on Women Lives Matter. Women Lives Matter is an initiative of Women Advocates and Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center, Ward C, in partnership with Women Radio 91.7 and funded by Ford Foundation. Okay, so I'm coming back to you now. Shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities is what we're discussing today. And I came across, was it a tweet or a message somewhere recently that was talking about traditional rulers, wives of traditional rulers speaking out against gender-based violence. So that's one standard. But that made me remember, the question I'm about to ask you made me remember that. So in line with traditional settings, such as very, very grassroots communities, where there are Iyalo days and Iyalojas, how can they handle cases with perpetrators involved?
Traditional Yalo Day, Iyalojas.
Yes.
I'm happy, even the 16 days of activities in our village, the Iyaloja led the program. Because after we have finished the rally, we went back to our place to discuss. I think they play an important role. The women, they are always together in the market. They know each other. So, and they talk to them. Well, the major thing I know is that Yalo and Yalo just used to support those women. They direct them, they talk to them. Like our Yalo Day in Egbaland, Yalo Day Alaba Losin, she supports the women. She's a voice for the women. And yes, she's a very good voice for the women. Even before the advent of what is reigning now, she used to talk to women that they should work hard, they should be empowered, they should do something to make them work, to be able to have a say in the house, so that they should not be beggars in the house. So she started this cooperative something with women where they come together, even in the Christian chiefs, in the Yaloja, in the very areas. She supports from different areas that people will see that you have to do something to keep you going and keep your wife going, your children going. She has been a blessing to many women. Yalo Day. So other Yalo Days too, they do their best. They come together, talk to their people, and she too educates them to know to play the good parts, so that to reduce this. Don't allow your children to be beaten. You know what we're emphasizing is that you don't allow your child to marry so early. A girl that has nothing doing, that will say she's pregnant and carrying a baby. You know, if you occupy your child, she won't be doing rubbish. So, and that is where the question of raping comes in, you know. So the woman should have time for her children. That is very important. When you build your home, you have time for your children. The children will be brought up. And if you are not even going to school, put them for a skill acquisition, hairdressing, catering, something that can fetch them money. So that by the time they say they are marrying or married, they will have something doing. Not that they won't have anything. They are married with nothing doing and they will be a slave.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why some of them are beaten. I've seen many like that. The girl will not have anything to do. They are young and they will feed a child, carrying a child. Can you imagine? So we should, women should work hard, on their children. Bring those children up. Let them go to school. If they don't go to school, let them go and learn something that will fetch them money. Because that is very important. That will fetch them money. Very, very important.
Mm-hmm. So the line where you said a child carrying a child, that really hits me because, as you said, it's one of the biggest reasons why domestic violence exists. It's one of the biggest reasons why all these different situations are still very common in our society. So that's just one of the reasons. And thank you very much for highlighting that. So with response to the job of the Iyalodes and Iyalojas, so you're saying that so far they're doing a good job, but do you think they can do more?
Hello?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What did you say now?
All right. So I'm saying that, do you think they can do more? What can the Iyalodes and Iyalojas do to shame the perpetrators of this violence against women and girls in their communities? So when they find out that, okay, this guy or Ogbeni Ogbeni one person, this person is responsible for violating a woman or a girl, what do you think they can do to shame that person and bring justice?
I think what they can do is, in fact, maybe in the market they have paracois. They can still call the men. They can still call the men to order.
Okay.
They can call the men to order.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they call the men to order that if this happens again with you and your wife, we are going to bring you to the midst of everybody. You know, if they know that it is a sin to beat their wife or a sin to do anything bad to them, they'll be able to cop it. And the Iyalodes and the Iyalojas will still be in a good path by supporting the women. As I've rightly said, let women come together to have a voice. That is what will help them. That's the major thing. That's the major thing. But men should be educated, let them know the implication of what is happening, because it affects women, it affects men. You know, it's vice versa.
All right.
So I think when they are involved, not even the Christian chiefs, or whether in the church, in the mosque, let them be educated on what is happening. This is the problem, and this is what we can do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you very much. This is 28 minutes to 3 on Women Radio 91.7, and this is still Women Lives Matter. Today we're talking about shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. Shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. Today I have Bolatito Adeonajob, Executive Director, Hope for New Life in Ogun State, and she's discussing with us today on her thoughts on how individuals in the community, how we as people, how the Iyalodes and Iyalojas, traditional rulers, how we can all work together to shame the perpetrators of violence against women and girls in these communities. Women Lives Matter is an initiative of Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center, WADSI, in partnership with Women Radio 91.7 and funded by Ford Foundation. The number to call is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also send in your text messages or WhatsApp messages to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. You can listen from the website www.wfm917.com, www.wfm917.com, and you can also download the Women Radio app, WFM917, on iOS as well as Google Play Store. Now, still coming back to Bolatito, looking at the status of things in the communities, how can the members of the community see that perpetrators of violence against women and girls are brought to book? What is their own role in ensuring that anybody that has violated a woman or a girl in their community is made to face the consequences?
Yes, the community together, I would say they come together. That is very, very important. They have CDA, WDC, and we have women, they have men. I think they should go there. We should go there to talk to them, to let them know about this problem that is happening in the community. We should participate. Women should participate. Let them bring it out to the community that this is what is happening to us as women in this community, and we want you to do this. If women come together, they can go and report the person in the CDC community something. They can go together to the ballet to go and show them what is happening. So just coming together to let them know that there is a law, there is policy. There's what we can do to reduce this. There's something we can do to discipline anybody that is doing this violation of law, beating people. But my own is that they should let people know more about the policy. There's a policy that is working against gender-based violence and violence against women and girls, because some people see it as if they need to beat people, and it shouldn't be. But when it is being said all over the place, this one will say this, that one will say no. If it's coming together like that, it will be, everybody will realize that it's not good to beat their wives again, and the wife should not fight with the husband again. Because most of the time, what is causing this fight is, you didn't give me this, you do this, you do that. Let everybody talk to each other, whether in the CDC, in the church, in the mosque. Let them know that it is not good to beat, to fight. Let them settle it. But if people come together to meet the man, he'll be ashamed now that, I won't be here, don't go at 1 pound, I think he won't like it if they come together to go and meet him. That's what we are doing for this woman. And then, if he doesn't respond, then we take to the police station, take to balance place, take to human rights until the thing is settled.
So until the thing is settled. So they shouldn't quit until they've come to a resolution.
Yes. We have to be upright. That's the word. Women should be upright. This thing is women problem mainly. They should be upright. Let them go to police station, let them go and report. And then the government should help us to beg the police. They should do the right thing, not to tell them to go and settle at home. And they need to be arrested. Let them be arrested.
Thank you so much. So, still, you just mentioned the police now. What is the role of law enforcement agencies like the police? What should they do in ensuring that justice is served? You just mentioned something very important now, that they should not say that it's a family matter or take it back to your house and settle it. They shouldn't say that. So
we want to beg them to really listen and take it up. I have incidences that they will tell them to go. Maybe it's your husband, go back home. I have many incidences like that.
So
they see it as a problem. They should the police should please support us, whether man or woman. Let them do the right thing to bring it to an end.
All right. Thank you very much. Then concerning the laws and policies such as the VAP Act, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, the Child Rights Act, then there are a number of laws and policies like that are against gender-based violence and even come with consequences as well. But a lot of these laws lack implementation. So is this a function of the law enforcement agents like the police, or do you think this is a function of the legal system, the judiciary themselves?
Yeah. The VAP is very important. The policy is very good. But the thing is that maybe it's when the police arrested the person that they will prosecute to take to court, then justice can be done. But when they have stopped it in the police station, how will they take it to court? Until they follow it to court and judgment is making. And if there's judgment, then I think there will be peace. They will know that if you do this, they take you to the police station, you'll be arrested, you'll be taken to court and be disciplined. They take you to the corrective way or something. So I think it's a continuous thing, it's not limited. But I think when they say it's family affairs, they can take it to the WDC chairman, they can take it to the ballet and take it to police station if the man refuses, and with discipline and take to human rights, which we do normally.
Okay. So you're saying for the law enforcement agents or the judiciary, are you saying it's a function of both?
Yes. You know, if you say the judicial, if they didn't take the woman and the man or woman to police station and then charged to court, they won't see any justice. So they have to charge them to the court. If they are charged to court, then they will do the right thing. And if it's followed up, you know, the problem is that women, they don't have money, they don't have support. That's the major thing. When it happens now, the family attacks say, why did you do that? But if women should come around and support each other, I think it will reduce. We need support from each other to reduce the beating.
All right. Thank you so much. So what can be done in our own communities to replicate the sexual offenders register to narrow such down in rural communities? There's a sexual offenders register. Some states have it, some states don't have it. What can we do in our communities to mimic something like the sexual offenders register, so we can have instances where people can know and identify such sexual offenders by their names, so that we don't have repeat cases of sexual and gender-based violence in these communities?
As I've already said, is if they are educated, you know, because they need education about it. Some didn't see it as problem before. Now that it is being exposed, that they know that if you do this, they will take you. There will be reduction in sexual abuse and gender-based violence. The thing is a common thing, but we will take it that with a law, backed by law. You know, in some areas, in some countries, they can't do that. The judgment will come immediately. But here, we do it gently. Let them take it to police station, let them be charged to court, and let them have the judgment. But don't say silence, be silent about, let's be silent about. Silence, because of culture or religion is making it worse. So to make it clear, let's take the right course. After all, there is law.
Very true.
So.
Very true. So as we wrap up now, what is it that you want to say to people in the communities to be able to contribute their own quota to shaming perpetrators in their communities for to shaming perpetrators of sexual and gender-based violence of women and girls in their communities?
Yeah, as I've already said, the reduction in it is among both women and men in the community. We should be our brothers, sisters, keepers. If you see anyone that is doing that around you, go to that person, go and let him know what he's doing is bad. You can even call some other people to join you to go and meet the person. Not necessarily the community response alone. People in the community can be community response themselves. If they see it, if they take it as something that is affecting everybody, that everyone should participate in it, then the community we have peace. There will be reduction in that sexual thing, and if the people bring them out, expose it. Don't keep it quiet. Don't keep quiet. Expose the person affected. Then it will reduce. Because you kept quiet today, tomorrow you kept quiet, then it will be going on until something terrible will happen. We pray that anything terrible will not happen to us and our family in Jesus' name. We pray that God should intervene and bring peace. Poverty is the major thing that is causing it. There is poverty, there is ignorance, everybody is wide, you are not ready to listen, there is no work, there is no food. Government should please support the people. People are really suffering. We need government support. People are suffering. If you go out there, go to the village, you will see what I'm saying. People are really suffering. They are really suffering. And the fear of going to the farm, all those things added to the problem. I pray that God wins.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Then in line with creating more awareness, you said something about the education being the problem. How do you think more awareness can be created about these laws that we have and about the fact that sexual and gender-based violence is wrong, so that more people can understand that when they find perpetrators, when they find out the people who are responsible for these violations, they should be made to face the law? How can we promote such education?
Yes, it can be promoted through calling them together, having community meetings, even going to schools. We used to visit the school and educate those children. You'll be surprised about what the children are saying. In fact, I was baffled and I feel so bad because some children cannot say what is happening to them. But the day I went to their school to discuss what they are experiencing as children at home was terrible. Was terrible that you can't believe. A 13-year-old girl telling us that the father wanted to rape her and she didn't agree. And the father said he's going to kill her if he tells the mother. And they're living together. And the girl going to school, she was so afraid. And I told her, just relax, talk to your mommy gently. Incidences of so many children, even in schools, where children, they rape themselves, they report to the health ministers they should keep quiet. As bad as that. As bad as that. So everybody needs to get up and walk over this thing. It's a thing that is destroying many now. Destroying. Children are being destroyed, adults are being destroyed. We need to, I don't know what to say. But if the perpetrators are taken and disciplined, I think it will reduce. It will reduce.
Okay.
Education is very important.
Okay, thank you very much. So, still Women Lives Matter on Women Radio 91.7, and we'll be rounding off conversation in a bit. But we're still talking about shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. We're still talking about shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls in the communities. Women Lives Matter is an initiative of Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center in partnership with Women Radio 91.7 and funded by Ford Foundation. Sexual and gender-based violence, we're talking about this in reference to the recently concluded 16 days of activism. And, of course, shaming perpetrators of violence against women and girls is what we're focusing on today. You can call 07000 917 917. We can still take some calls before we round off. 07000 917 917. You can also send us text messages or WhatsApp messages to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. I'll take that again. 0703 175 6537. Now, today when we're speaking on shaming perpetrators, it is very important to understand that nobody's saying that everyone is guilty, but we're talking about how we can pin down the people who are responsible for this and make them get justice, make them pay for the actions that they have taken on innocent victims so that those victims can get justice. So I'm speaking to Bolatito Adeonajob, Executive Director, Hope for New Life in Ogun State. We'll be rounding up soon, but I would like to ask you this, Bolatito. Given that this is a festive season, so to speak, there are lots of family members that will be coming from outside local communities or so-called urban areas, so to speak, into a lot of grassroots communities in order to celebrate the festive season. What would your advice be to women and girls in these areas in a way to prevent sexual and gender-based violence against them?
My advice is that everybody should be aware that things are not all that safe, because you don't know who is watching you. Some are assessing you as you are moving up and down. Those should be in a safe place. They should mind where they go. Shouldn't go about in the evening or night, and they should not walk about alone. And they should not allow one uncle or one sister to look after, because both women and men are doing it. When men or even female raped men, they rape the babies. So it's a dangerous thing. They should be aware of where they move to. Everybody should take care of them. So let them be their brothers and sisters keeper. They should be very careful. They are very, very careful.
Thank you very much, Bolatito. Thank you very much. So do you have any final words for us? Do you have any final words?
Final words?
Yes.
To me, my final word is to say that everybody should be aware and protect each other. Let women have voice, let men have voice. Let us be ready to support ourselves if it happens. Because it surely will happen. But if you have supporters, you have people who are rallying around and take it up. Everybody should speak. Take it as if they are the one that was affected. If it's done like that, take to the police station, go to human rights. I think things will go better. We have to take it up so it can reduce it. Even if we can't stop completely, it will reduce it. Nobody wants to go to court or anything. So everybody should be involved, whether in the church, in the market, in the mosque, in the meetings, in corporate. Everybody, whether man or woman, everybody should participate in reducing the violences, whether to the female, in rape, in everything. Everybody should be involved. Everybody should participate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bolatito. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Of course. Yes, please enjoy the rest of the day. All right, and that's where we wrap it up today on Women Lives Matter. We've been speaking about shaming the perpetrators of sexual and gender-based violence in our communities, shaming the perpetrators of violence against women and girls in our communities. Law enforcement agents, the government, health workers, and everyone that makes up the community has the responsibility of speaking up and seeing that perpetrators of violence against women are punished, so as to break the culture of silence that encourages the act. Special thanks to my guest, Bolatito Adeonajob, Executive Director, Hope for New Life in Ogun State, and thank you to you for tuning in to Women Lives Matter today. Thank you to the producer, Elizabeth Akwerigbe, and Executive Director, Tom Okewale Shonaya. Women Lives Matter is broadcast on Monday, every Monday at 2 p.m. on Women Radio 91.7. So let us join hands together to end violence against women. Women Lives Matter is an initiative of Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center in partnership with Women Radio 91.7 and funded by Forward Foundation. My name is Sumto Titilayo Ajama. Good afternoon.
WFM 91.7.